The police diary. There is something called a diary in every police station. So at the place of your arrest, at the place of your detention, the diary must clearly also record that you were arrested. Your name, the name of the person who was informed about your arrest, that relative or friend who you identified who should be informed, the name of that person, and the name of the police officer who has arrested you or under whose custody you are. So diary in the police station must also record details of your arrest. And why is this so? This is because any public officer, any responsible officer can come and inspect that diary and know that you are really in custody. This is for your protection. So it means that a police officer cannot just come, take you into custody, start interrogating you without letting the whole world know that you are in custody. If this guideline was not there, it would have enabled a police officer to interrogate you endlessly, and there would really be no proof. So if there is another government officer, or if you are walking there and checking upon somebody whether or not he is held in custody, you will not know because the diary doesn't say it. Now with the introduction of this guideline, if your name is not on that diary, you are technically not arrested, which means you should not be arrested. Very important provision. Provision number 6 and 7 concerns your health. At the time of arrest, the person being arrested has a right to ask for medical examination, and it is in the interest of the police officer also to do so. All major and minor injuries must be recorded at the time of arrest. This helps the police officer to wade accusations later on of torture. It helps the person being arrested to ensure protection. So he can request, and this request must be adhered to record all bodily injuries, minor, major, at the time of arrest. Medical examination every 48 hours by a doctor. It's your right. For two reasons. One, you could be genuinely sick. A few decades ago, this was a big issue. People arrested would be suffering from diabetes, from blood pressure, and the police department would say, "Natak kar raha hai, he is really not sick." Not anymore. Every 48 hours, you need to be checked by a doctor, an approved doctor, to ensure that your health is proper and that you are being given your medication if and when required. Here come the lawyers. A memo, the previous 2 points introduce the doctors to this whole program. Now the lawyers come in. A memo of your arrest must go to the magistrate having jurisdiction, and they should go quickly. To read it out, copies of all documents including memo of arrest referred to above should be sent to the magistrate for his record. The arrestee has every right to meet his lawyer during interrogation. This is a big point of debate and a big point of tussle between the lawyers and the cops. The arrestee has a right to meet his lawyers, and a police officer cannot refuse his right. This is because there are very, very important fundamental rights that a prisoner enjoys, such as he cannot be forced to give a confession. He has a right to meet his lawyer. Usually your police officer will not like this at all, but you can tell him politely and firmly that you have the right to consult your lawyer. Your lawyer cannot sit there throughout the interrogation. Your lawyer cannot be an obstacle in the interrogation. As in, if a police officer asks a question, your lawyer cannot jump in to answer. But your lawyer can sit at a safe distance and monitor the whole process. A police control room. A police control room should be provided at all district and state headquarters, where information regarding the arrest and place of custody shall be communicated by the officer within 12 hours of effecting the arrest. There is a provision wherein a police control room must be informed of your arrest, and such information must be displayed prominently, conspicuously outside on a notice board by the police control room recording your arrest. So to summarize these 10 points quickly, these 10 guidelines mean that your arrest cannot be an act of clandestine operation. People cannot come and just pick you up and bundle you in the jeep and take you somewhere for no one to know what has happened to you. Your arrest must be properly recorded. You have the right to medical aid. If you're not well, or if you're feeling you're not well, you have the right to medical aid, and it's a duty of the police officer to ensure you get this aid. You have the right to lawyer. The local magistrate must be informed. All in all, these guidelines go to ensure that police does not act on its own and in willful abandonment of the guidelines to protect the rights of a citizen of India. Now, what is interesting is, Every police officer is duty bound to accept these guidelines and to follow them. Failing to do so can invite strict action under provisions of contempt of court. Any police officer violating these rights risks being tried for contempt of court, and this is an application which your lawyer can move. You can move as soon as you are released or while in custody. I hope you enjoyed this episode wherein we educated you about important provisions related to arrest. I hope you are never arrested. But if you or a loved one is arrested, I hope you have enough information to make sure there is nothing to worry. We told you about 10 questions and answers from everyday life, right from whether you can serve alcohol in your booze party or not, and some other important points. In the next episode, we will return with 10 more questions, another burning issue, and solution to that burning issue. Keep watching Lawman to Layman. It is free.